Well, hey, Don Morris back here, ready to give a 1 week follow-up on my amputation with a ray transfer. I told you a little bit about the surgery last time, and since then I've spent a great deal of time lying around in this room and watching a lot of TV because that's about all I've been able to do. The day after that, they went ahead with the surgery, and at the end of the surgery, he put my arm in this. This is kind of half a bandage and half a cast. I can tell I've got feeling in all the fingers, and that's a good thing. I've got just a tiny bit of wiggle room on the fingers. This one, if I wiggle it much at all, hurts a great deal, and this is the finger that got moved over. But it does seem to be progressing. If you talked to me 3 or 4 days ago, I would have probably been quite upset with how things are going, but in the long term, I think things are going relatively well. Because I had the carpal tunnel as well as the amputation with the ray transfer, I'm not sure how much of the pain is due to what, although I can definitely feel a lot of pain in the wrist, and that's got to be the carpal tunnel. And then this finger is essentially broken and then put a plate on it, as well as pulled over. So I believe that I can feel a very tight muscle that runs all the way through here that's attached to this finger. And that gives me a lot of tenderness down through here. And I can just, everything feels to be in the wrong spot because my brain has spent a long time, 43 years, learning where everything is on my body, and now it isn't. I have had some phantom pain, which is what I've been afraid of. It hasn't been as bad as I was worried about it possibly being, but it hasn't been wonderful either. I can still feel that my macrodactyly finger, my big finger, is still there, but it's obviously not still there. And it feels kind of scrunched up and tangled up with some of my other fingers, and I just can't do anything to shake that feeling. But sometimes it's a lot less severe than other times. One of the things that is funny, we have a biofeedback mechanism on our body, so we know where different parts of our body is. So even if I close my eyes, I can reach out with my finger and I can touch the tip of my nose. And I can do that with pretty much any of my fingers here to more or less of a degree. But because they moved this finger over and it's not where it's supposed to be, when I go to touch that, and that was seriously no joke there. That's where it feels like I should be touching it to my nose, and you can see that it's completely wrong. So in almost a week, I'm going to go ahead and have this probably taken off, all the stitches out, and I'm guessing I'll get to begin physical therapy and begin the process of learning where this finger actually is with respect to the other fingers. And that's when the really interesting stuff will go on. I have to say I am looking forward to getting this thing off. It's at this stage, I don't know how much of the pain is due to the fact that it's crammed in this cast and how much of it's due to the fact that the fingers are stretched and how much is due to the fact that the skin is pulled into all kinds of different parts. But I would say that overall I'm relatively pleased with how this is progressing. This is the first evening I've gone with no pain meds whatsoever. I haven't had any pain meds since lunch, and this is a little after 9 p.m. So that tells you that we're definitely seeing some healing. I am going to go ahead and take some pain meds and try and get another good night's sleep. And I'll post this later when I have a chance to use this hand again to edit it and put in some of the pictures of the surgeries and that kind of stuff so you can see some of the other details. But this is where I am 1 week into the process. And thanks for watching. If you're contemplating having something like this done, I'll try and keep giving regular updates so people know what's going on and you can see how I came through this.